FaceTime mixed martial arts coming at you live from my mom's basement. I'm kidding. But yes, UFC 330 came and went. Sorry, this thing is delayed. Life, life be lifing. But quickly getting into the prelims, I didn't really watch them. I watched them on X, formerly known as Twitter. Vicente Luque taking on Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore winning by decision, and get this. Vicente Luque knocked some of Tresean Gore's teeth out, which is terrifying. Dante Johnson earning a KO victory, and like we said with Charles Johnson, he's a prospect killer, and that's exactly what he did. He killed another prospect by landing the first Scottish twister, and it's so funny because he lost via submission in his last fight. So it just, again, a stellar reminder that there's levels to these things. When you get to the UFC, it's just a different animal. And getting into the main event, we started on a sad note at Sin Barboza, calling it quits. Well, not really calling it quits, but retiring. 40 years old. There's this compilation of spinning kicks that he lands, and I'll see if I can put it up. It's iconic, and we're gonna miss him. And it was time he was 40. He can't really keep up with these youngings. So unfortunately, legends go out on their back. And Esteban Ribovics got the TKO victory, like we said. And then Mansour Abdul Malik versus Dustin Stoltzfus. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. My goodness, what a fight. Mansour, I don't know, it felt like Dustin was always a step ahead of Mansour. The story goes, Dustin left the gym so that he could fight Abdul Malik, which is, I don't know, I feel like it's commendable. And I know Dana doesn't like it when people say, we're not going to fight because we're friends. So they found a way around that. The odds were against Dustin, probably one of the higher odds that he's going to lose the fight, but got in there, peppered him up a bit, and he hurt him. And as soon as he hurt him, Mansour he just had no answer. And then the RNC came in round number 2. So totally wrong about that one. Actually, I didn't predict it. So whoever said whatever. Jaylen Turner, that knockout was terrifying. Taking out Kawe Fernandez. Like we said, Jaylen Turner has crazy power. If his grappling improves, the lightweight division has a problem because he's one of the harder hitting lightweights that no one really talks about. I hope he doesn't retire again. I hope he still works on his game, and he's going to be a problem at 155. And then the co-main event, Mackenzie Dern taking on Gillian Robertson. Obviously, the thing that happened that everyone is talking about, what Dean Thomas had said, it was really distasteful, and there was a time and a place for that, and the coaching was just terrible. I don't know what was going on, but the advice that he was giving was just not helping Gillian. And Mackenzie Dern tried to look for the submission multiple times. Kudos to Gillian for putting up a resistance and doing what she did. So Mackenzie Dern retains, defends. I hope they book her against Weili Zhang. And there's also the issue of how this is the first title fight of the year for women's MMA, which is insane. But anyway, Islam Makhachev, Ian Machado Garry, what a fight. Islam gets in there, breaks Anderson Silva's record, says that he wants to put the record at 20 so that it's untouchable. Such a great personality, Islam Makhachev. Really, really funny. Nobody really talks about that. Ian Machado Garry, ever so classy in defeat and proving the doubters wrong. I mean, Islam struggled to control him, whether it's the height, whether it's the weight, the division, I don't know. But also Ian had freaking Damian Maya in his corner, so I wasn't really surprised because they prepared for everything. And I know speculations are saying if he takes on Carlos Prates or Michael Morales, who balloons after weight cuts and whatnot, there's going to be problems. But I think Ian was just better prepared in terms of his grappling and wrestling and submission defense. And I'm not sure if the next two prospects are gonna be as prepared as Ian. But also, like we said, it's a bigger weight class. You don't know if that's going to translate in terms of Islam's wrestling. These guys are bigger. These guys are more powerful. They hit harder. It takes more energy to take them down, and he has to acclimate to him, like being this bigger guy. Yes, you still have your speed, but your stamina is a bit off. It's a bit off because you're carrying extra weight. But I know these are all the things that I probably think they are thinking about. They're probably prepping for, and they'll have an answer to that. I think Islam is one of the greatest fighters we have right now. I think he wins the next one. We start talking about him as one of the GOATs. So Islam gets in there, doesn't really dominate, but does so much to make himself undeniable. Like I said, Garry is going to be a problem in that division. I just don't like it when fighters always say, I'm going to knock him out, I'm going to finish him, it's going to be a war, and then you get in there and it's the complete opposite. And like I said, I'm never gonna talk down on people that walk into the cage, because just doing that already is a victory on its own. But if you're gonna promise us something and you don't deliver, then what are we doing? But anyway, that is your UFC 330 wrapped up. Let me know what you guys thought. Tell me what I missed. Tell me the moments that were insane. Peace and love.